to the Indie Wrestling Guide with your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, Jay Hawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, JGold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
It has been a busy week.
Yeah, it's been a very busy week. Already. It's only Monday.
It's only Monday. Lots of stuff has happened. I got the art back for the new series of IWGuide trading cards. He hasn't got back to me and updated with the stuff that needed updated yet, though. He takes forever sometimes. I don't know why, but he does.
But the cards aren't coming out for another 2 months?
As soon as he fucking fixes them, I can send them off to the printers, man.
You're like Tops at this point. You're just putting stuff out and ripping. Dude,
I'm trying to do cards. I'm trying to do a new set every fucking month for the rest of the year, if I could.
Really?
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
How are they selling? Are they selling well?
Not bad. I mean, I have to be at more shows. More people have to know about them. The Mad Dog card really helped. So
yeah.
Tons of people saw that. So
that's good.
It's the more names that have cards, the more people will be seeing them and wanting full sets. So I got to keep on it.
Okay, that works.
I reached out to an artist, not our favorite artist. He's still not taking commissions yet, but this other artist is, and he's pricey. But yeah, I'm getting us a new IWGuide design, and I'm getting a new Zay Garcia design done by him. So
the champ. Yeah,
and I did the music video came out today.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it's on Instagram.
Oh, I saw that. That was you know what? I passed over it real quick because it was I just flipped on it on Instagram on my way home, so I didn't get a chance to look at it. I'll look at it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't like the music that he chose for it, but it fits with what it is. It highlights the match, so it does what it needs to do, I guess.
Nice.
So
that's good.
Yeah, that wasn't terribly expensive either, so I was pretty happy with that. He just did that one for Violence is Forever for Dom. That one the Dom put out yesterday. The same guy. He did that one, so I was like, oh yeah, let's.
That video is cool of Dom. I like that very much.
Yeah. So I was like, I messaged them. I was like, hey, can you do one of this match and send it and send them the money? And they're like, yeah, no problem. So
a few things this week for you. We lost again, our flag team. 12-6 busted plays, 2 busted plays on defense. Of course, can't practice, can't teach it. Butters can't teach it. Can't teach the passing game.
You got to have a lot of practice with football, and if they won't practice, then there ain't no point in doing it.
They don't know it, and this was the first time the parents actually were like, "If you can't teach them, how are they ever going to get better?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a really good question." I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, maybe you guys should stop overbooking them and having them in, in cheerleading and in dance and everything on Sundays that's when football is, and we can practice an hour beforehand. But they didn't want to do it, so this is what we got.
I just don't understand how you can't make a mandatory practice once a week,
because they're not available. We can't get all the players available. They all are overbooked. And you have to get a field, and we can't. There are no fields for us to get. The middle school is busy with playoffs and stuff. The high school is busy with playoffs and stuff and practices. And then the elementary schools don't let us on after hours, so it makes it very hard to get kids to the fields. There's no public park for us to go to that really. They don't have to drive a distance, and I can't expect them to do that after school. So, listen, next year I'm out. I'm out of flag football next year. I'm going to focus strictly on being a championship basketball coach, and that's just the way it's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't use a gym, the basketball gym.
Oh, for football?
You don't have it's flag football. It's not like they're gonna fucking tackle each other on it.
They won't. They won't let us
drills
they won't let us in the. They won't let us in the schools until it would have to be after 6. And most of the kids have things on during the week, like Hebrew school and and secondary school. And
so what's going to prevent them from playing in the game? If they don't show up to practice, then they don't get to fucking play in the game.
They pay. That's the rules. They have to play. Every kid has to play the same amount. It doesn't matter.
Get one down. They'd get one down in the 4th. That's it.
Well, that would be the way I would do it. Well, that was the way I wanted to do it during the basketball season, but we were told it doesn't matter how many games they show up to. As long as they show up, they paid to play. You got to let them play like everyone else. So that is what it is, dude. This league is not we're not like a feeder league, to the JV team. None of these kids are going anywhere with flag football next year. So it is what it is. But yeah, we stink again. We're like in that Billy Madison. Oh no, we suck again. That's us. Or happy, whatever it was, Waterboy. We suck again.
You named damn near every Adam Sandler movie before the right one, brother.
That's correct. My brain just went all over the place in like 3 seconds. I couldn't stop it.
That old man brain, yeah.
Yeah. And then, okay, so I saw this movie today. I have to tell you about it. It's been like burning a hole in my head because it's so strange. So Paperclip Mike was talking to some dude on Twitter about this guy posted this movie called Buffet Infinity. Okay. Came out last year. It's a 2025 movie. It is like, you remember Too Many Cooks? Remember that video, Too Many Cooks, that was on like the Cartoon Network, like real late at night? It was on Adult Swim. It was like an 11-minute intro for a family TV show that like turned into a murder alien introduction out of nowhere. It was just insane. You don't remember that?
No.
All right, I got to send that to you. So this movie, the story is only told by VHS taped early 90s, late 80s TV advertisements, and not real ones. This takes place in Canada, and it's like warring sandwich shops, some strange buffet that keeps getting bigger and having and they're trying to kick everyone out of their spaces, old TV clips, the news reports, used car salesman commercials. I don't know how to explain it the right way, but it is absolutely one of the most bizarre movies I've ever seen, and it was so good that I need someone else. So, like, here's the synopsis. Echoing the Canadian comedy classics, SCTV, cross-cutting between original low-budget TV ads to tell the sinister tale of two restaurants battling it out in the fictional town of Westridge County. It is, I don't know, there's no other way. I don't know how to explain it, but I am telling everybody who listens to our show, you must watch Buffet Infinity.
And what is it on?
It's on. You can rent it for $4 on Apple or somewhere on all the video on demand. It is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. Yes, you have to. Promise me you'll at least watch it because it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, my Saturday freed up because I was supposed to drive to Indianapolis with Will, and Will canceled on me today. So my next Saturday is freed up for me. So maybe I'll watch it next Saturday.
Why did he screw it up, Will? Jeez.
Oh, I don't. He has personal stuff come up. That's just how it is.
I also just sent you the link to Too Many Cooks, and I think you'll like that too. It is just as weird.
He has work stuff, like he's got mandatory overtime, and that's, I mean, they could pull that on me, but like our people, we usually just stay over if it's that bad. But we've been doing all right. So
how many hours is it to Indianapolis from you, or Indiana?
Like 5.
5.
Yeah,
that's a hike. Yeah, you didn't want to do that alone.
I mean, I could probably drag Jayhawk, but I'd just rather just not do it at all because gas is expensive right now. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think this week I'm also going to go see that movie In the Gray with Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill as spies. That looks actually really entertaining, so I'll probably catch that. And there's not a whole lot of wrestling on this week.
I won't go to the movies again until The Mandalorian and Grogu. So.
Yes. Don't ever drink that shake, though. It tastes like absolute ass. It is disgusting. I don't like cookie shakes with like that tastes like birthday cake mixed with chocolate chip cookie.
That sounds good to me.
Cream.
That sounds good to me. I don't know. But I can't have
chocolate
that shit.
Nothing.
I've lost. So when I went to the doctor, when he told me that like with my blood sugar and stuff, that it was like that I had diabetes.
Yeah.
I was 379 pounds. I weighed myself today. I am at 352. So I've lost weight. So I am almost back to where I was before I took off for 2 years to take care of grandma. So like I'm almost back down to that. So if I keep going, I my goal is like another 150 pounds. So we'll see what happens.
Wow. Holy shit, dude. That's a lot of weight in like, what was it, a month?
Well, it's been more than that. It's been like 2 months.
2 months? That's a lot.
Metformin, man. The metformin, it's doing its job. I mean, I'm still hungry, but I'm just eating healthier. I'm avoiding a lot of bread. Like today was the first time I've had Taco Bell since that doctor's appointment, and it was just because it was convenient on the way to go see the movie. So, and I got that. I got the Diablo dusted nuggets. Those were really good.
I don't think I've had those yet.
They're pretty good. They're not the like brick fucking nuggets like they usually have with like the taco shell on them. These are actually like regular nuggets that are breaded and have like the Diablo seasoning put on them.
I might do that on Friday night.
They weren't bad. They were pretty tasty, and they have like a jalapeno honey mustard dip to dip them in. That was pretty good.
Well, this Wednesday is my dinner club, and it's Korean food. So I'm gonna have to, the next 2 nights I have to watch what I eat. Tomorrow night's also the art show for my kid, so I have to go and look at all the art. The last time I'll have to go to an art show at elementary school. That's the end. So we'll go to that. She's running it, and she likes doing that as a 5th grader. So I'll go to the art show. But I'm looking forward to eating Korean food on Wednesday night. I'll probably take a lot of pictures. I've already heard that it's nuts tonight, so we do the 2 nights. So we'll see. But yeah, that's good. I want to try that. And Friday night, I'm excited to see the
photos.
Yeah, Friday night I'm babysitting a 7-month-old, my niece. So my wife and daughter and sister-in-laws and their daughter can go out with my mother-in-law for her birthday. I'm not invited, so that's okay. All the girls in the family get to go. I don't get to go. I'm the only guy.
You can show the 7-month-old wrestling. There you go.
Right. Oh, we're definitely going to watch SmackDown. You can bet that the last time I was watching with her, my mother-in-law told me I shouldn't show her that. She's like, no girl should be watching that. I'm like, you're nuts. And of course, Harper's like, Grandma, come on.
And when Harper becomes the WWE superstar, she's not allowed to go to the shows. She's not allowed to come to the shows.
I'm going to bring her to the first show when Harper works the Mecca. Me and my mother-in-law.
I could just imagine you'd be probably worse than Mouse was with his daughter. I love it. I love it so much though.
Yeah, I can't wait. She's going to do it. I just need 5 more years, then she can go to Cap. So we'll
I believe it. I believe it.
So anyway, what are we doing? We doing shout outs?
We can do some shout outs.
Yeah.
So let's shout out Paul. Let's shout out Zach.
Yep.
Let's shout out Bagelmonger. And of course, Patty.
Hey, Patty, we're a month away from the New York showing of Slow Burn Shoot. So I hope that somebody from Ohio comes out and is there for the show. I want Patty to come out.
I wanna see Josh cry in the theater because I know he's gonna cry. It's gonna make him tear up pretty good.
Yes,
I'm telling you, it made me. I cried pretty good. So it was very very good. It was very good. So I talked to Zach today.
Yeah.
So let's get into some Zach's match game.
Fine. This weirdos match game.
So the winner of last week was not me, and it wasn't you either.
Damn.
It was Jared because he put a wrestling ring at a zoo. That's the only reason he won. He said the whole match idea was dumb, but he put a wrestling ring at a zoo, and that's what Zach liked.
Fine. You know what? I tried to appeal to his wife again with the poop humor, but it didn't go over.
Josh, he has a message for you. He said that if you try to cheat again, he will take the points away from you. So
try Cheetos tagging the match.
You said you were trying to cheat. He heard it, and he said that if you try to cheat again, he's taking the points away from you.
Shit, Zach, don't be so hard, man.
So this week he gave us a really hard one because I asked him like, is it supposed to be a battle royal? He said that he doesn't know. So I guess it's just whatever we want to come up with. And this week's weird match idea is the belly button battle. So I'll go first this time. I'm going to say that it is a battle royal where you have to eliminate people by belly bumping them out of the ring, and you can't just throw them out or anything. You have to literally jump and belly bump them, and then they fall out of the ring. It doesn't matter if they go over the top rope or through the middle or underneath. If they get belly bumped and rolled to the outside, they get eliminated. That's my idea.
It's not a horrible idea. I have a better idea though.
Okay.
So it's going to be two of the largest, whoever the 2 largest wrestlers are, have to wear crop tops. Okay.
Okay.
And the only way you can do offense is it's belly based offense. So you have to slap on the stomach. Any chops have to be on the stomach below the crop top. Any finishers, they have to be claws on the stomach or a big splash. You can't do any submissions on the legs or arms. Everything has to be stomach-based offense.
The midriff base. Okay.
So the only way you can win is by finishing somebody off with some sort of stomach movement. I am thinking it's got to be the claw on the belly button, right in the stomach. You know how bad that hurts? That's what I want. That. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Yeah. I'm just giving rules, like in Olympic boxing.
There you go.
They have the white gloves and yeah.
So it's either belly-based offense or a battle royal where belly bumps can get you the win. So have fun with that one, Zach. Next week's is going to be a real doozy. I might actually tell you about it like tomorrow, so you have time to prepare because it's kind of a bigger thing. So
I have to write it down. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be super interesting. And then hopefully, if we get our special thing next week, because it's the mystery episode of the month. Hopefully that comes through and it'll be a really nice big episode.
Yeah. Okay.
What's on this weekend?
So I'm not going to talk about what's on this weekend on Fight because guess what? There's not going to be anything on Triller because they're going away. Maybe GCW's still going to be around. He's hopeful that they somehow work it out. But AEW's suing them, so for $5 million. So who knows?
Brett's money right there. How are they? They're going to have to start a well-done GCW streaming service.
Dude, I'm surprised they haven't jumped over to YouTube like AIW did. It makes the most sense. You're directly getting money. They take a smaller cut than what Triller probably does. It'll cost less for people to do it. I don't understand why.
Maybe they're just too lazy to do the setup and bring everything. They just expect them there.
That and probably have to upload all the past episodes and shit. Probably take them too long.
Takes work, Brett. You want to put the work in, brother.
Yeah, you just hire somebody to do it. They could sit there and do it for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Or you could do it. I mean...
yeah, so somebody can do it. Ask what's his name, the gift god. Forgot his name because my brain always is gone. But ask somebody at GCW, one of those neckbeards, would be more than happy to help you upload your videos. And Joe K, he can do it.
Make Janela do it so that he doesn't have time to be on Twitter.
Get off of the social media. Yeah. Well, on the Independent Wrestling Television Network side, Beyond Wrestling has a WWE ID showcase on Friday night at 8 p.m. And the only matches listed are Aaron Rourke versus Cunningham for the Evolve Championship. Aaron Rourke is the Evolve champion, which is amazing. And then the WWE Women's Championship, Laney Luck versus Notorious Mimi versus Erica Demia. That's the one who says she's a manga girl or whatever. Just embarrassing. And then Fallon Gray versus Valentina Rossi. Those are the only ones on that card right now. But man, that Erica Demi her promo was awful.
Well, we know that Sam Holloway will be a part of it as well because he was announced as being pulled from the show from AIW. So obviously he will be contractually obligated to be at that show. So
which I'm still not understanding, and I will not get the value of the dumb WWE program. We said it on the night shift, and we say it all. There is zero value to this. It's never played out the way.
Josh,
yeah.
Let's not talk too much about it because I'm going to break some news for you here. Yeah. June 4th, next month, June 4th, Sam Hardaway Holloway will be on the podcast. And you can ask him all about it.
I take it back then. I take it all back. It's a great
all the trash
program.
I've talked about WWE is going to come back and bite us when they tell us that he is not allowed on, but he said that he would come on, so we'll see what happens.
That's great. It is a great program. I've heard nothing but good things about it. And
you love NXT and you love all that stuff. So.
Yes. So I cannot wait for Big Sam to be on NXT as well. Good. Okay. All right, good. Sounds like a party.
So, since I didn't do anything on Triller, I'm gonna run down the AIW card as we know it right now.
This weekend, right?
Yes, it's Friday. Obviously, it's the 21st anniversary of AIW. there are a couple matches that aren't announced yet that I will not announce on here, that are announced technically on the Patreon, but I'm not going to mess with, what they have lined up. So I'm going to just tell you what is announced, that is announced for everybody. And then that's where we'll leave it. I don't want to piss anybody off. All right, so there is a fatal four-way, a women's fatal four-way between Katie Arquette, Lady Frost, MJ Santana, and Jocelyn Navarro.
That's a good one.
That's going to be awesome.
Yep.
The Freeview match is Vic Vice, Zay Garcia, and Alex Melee teaming up to go against Rudy Ray Woods, Amari Azur, and MJ Maverick. Just announced, I believe it was announced yesterday, Austin James, the Slugger, going against the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage.
I can't even imagine that that softball kid is gonna survive that match. But Austin, good luck, my friend.
Crazy Pants has got to go up against the king, Nick Gage. Whew.
Yep. Good luck, friend.
R.I.P. brother. The retirement match of excellence personified, Brian Carson, as he goes against the Bone Collector, Dominic Guarini. And I hope this is like a 2-second match where Dom just pile drives him and pins him. Latino's Most Wanted of Coda Hernandez and Sabin Gage will go up against Philly C and Marino T, PME. Oh my God, a tag team match of actual tag teams.
Tag teams, gear and all.
Including
matching
PME,
gear.
Yeah. And maybe this will turn into a triple threat, and maybe PME will win the belts back, or somebody will win the belts off of Derek and Karate Kid.
Right.
Also on this card, if Nick Gage versus Crazy Pants wasn't enough for you hardcore wise, we got the blue collar brawler Kaplan, who's gonna have an IWGuide trading card very soon, is going up against the Southern Psycho Mance Warner, who I'm gonna ask if he wants to have a trading card at the show, maybe if I go.
Ooh.
And then what else do we have? We have a 3-way mystery tag team match. Wes Barkley, Chuck Stone, Eric Taylor, all of them will have a mystery tag team partner that you will not know who it is until they come out of the curtain. I just really hope that Chuck Stone doesn't get his old tag team partner back, because we already saw him once and it was horrendous. It was awful.
Well,
I hope Chuck Stone picks his dad, and I hope Eric Taylor curb stomps his dad. That's what I hope.
Seems ill-spirited.
Well, that's what it is.
That's going to be a good one.
But you know what? I'm done talking about that. I think it's time to get our guest in here and talk with the man who is chasing the IWGuide championship right now.
Yes.
I think it's time to talk to Big Man Sid.
Interviewing.
Sid, we missed you, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing real good. How are you two doing?
Awesome. Great. I missed you, Sid. I haven't seen you in ages. I'm so glad you're wrestling again. You're not injured. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, no one more glad than I am right now, right?
So what was the deal with the injury? How long were you out for?
Dude, oh man. So I mean, classic case of one thing after the other. So I had like a couple concussions that stacked up. But dude, I feel like I think I was out really from like May 2024 to pretty much the end of 2025. I did like a little bit here and there. Like there's maybe 10, 20 matches in that time. But yeah, like I guess it wasn't until just before Christmas where I was like, damn, I feel like I can wrestle again. So
what was it like for the concussion?
You would have matches and then you would like end up in the hospital like a couple days later and stuff. It was real bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like
how did you know about the concussions? What happened? Do you remember the spots, or are you just like not out of your?
Yeah, I mean, like they're like one of the concussions, like the final one that capped it off was I got like drop kicked in the head, but like I got kind of drop kicked through the head, and I just remember for like a week, maybe 2 weeks after, I couldn't walk up and down stairs properly, which was crazy, which is insane. I mean, and there was a whole bunch of things where when you try shaking off a concussion, any kind of knock to the head makes it worse. So just wrestling a regular old match and taking, a bump, just kind of builds it up.
And so you decided at that point that you should step away for a bit, or was it more than just the concussions?
Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, it was. I mean, the concussions are pretty bad. I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
I was like, either if I want to keep wrestling, I need to take this time because I can either wrestle, I can either not worry about it and just keep going and get worse, before it gets better. Or I can just get better and then see how we feel. Because I mean, the end of 2023, I had my shoulder pop out. Then early 2024, I had a hernia. I think my shoulder went out again in that time. Yeah, it's just need to look after it.
We call that in this country injury prone, Sid. Injury
Yes.
prone.
Yeah, I would have been released if I was a 2004 mid Carter. They would not have time for me.
So what did you do in the meantime to keep your mind right and to kind of, get through it?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Like obviously, the backs, Zay and Vic, I kind of get to live vicariously through them. So keeping connected with wrestling was cool to kind of have those two around, and for that whole time was great. And then there's all the other younger AIW guys as well. Your Alex Melees, your members onlys, like the Steels, the Nipsies, all these guys kind of gather around and just be a good support system to kind of remind me that wrestling's there, which is great. But I mean, until I kind of got back in the ring, I kind of didn't know what to do. I ended up watching an improv comedy show in Cleveland, and then I got signed up for the lessons, and then I just took them. And so I mean, since then I've been doing, I think maybe it's a year now. I've been doing improv, sketch comedy stuff, which is cool and very very like wrestling, but very different.
So you're writing comedy and things like that as of right now, and kind of supplementing the wrestling with that.
Yeah. So I mean, wrestling stuff, I think I've really kind of hit running again from February. So kind of going, but I actually I got the theater have a sketch show they run every month. I got cast in that. So I get to perform in that. The sketch writing stuff, I recently I wrote a Juggalo sketch because I'm hey, wrestling Juggalos, and it's cool. But then it's basically the kind of the skills you learn from those classes. I'm oh, this applies to wrestling. This applies to promos, especially improv, especially improv comedy where you got to think on your feet and just go with what's in front of you. And when you have to talk about your opponent, you have to think, God, okay, let me think about it. And it really helps kind of make things that seem like a big wide, anything could happen into a narrow, oh, I know exactly what I'm honing in on kind of thing.
Don't let him fool you, Josh. He mostly just does what Michael would do on The Office, where he just pulls a gun constantly. That's his answer to everything, is he just pulls a gun.
If they tell me to stop doing it, I whisper in someone's ear and they just stop putting their hands up.
Oh crap. So how much you weren't full time anymore from from 24 till end of 20. So what's changed? So you're back now since February.
Yeah.
What have you seen as far as where you work and the just the way the indies look in that year and a half that you were kind of sitting out?
It's so weird because I feel like we had this huge boom of indies in 2023, 2024. It was really exciting, really cool, right? So many places kind of blowing up. All these big indie names were being picked up. But in the last year, with Prestige, Deadlock shutting down, and that I feel it's a symptom of their talent being scooped up, right? So it's great. I know the independent scene will heal again because it always does, right? So getting to watch, AIW really focuses on these homegrown guys and really putting a spotlight on some of these, especially newer, younger guys is super cool. GCW is doing so much now. They're basically a nationwide company at this point. Yeah, there's kind of I feel like indie wrestling's not at its peak again, but it's cool to see that even when it's struggling, it's still doing well.
Now, you ever think about getting into the deathmatch stuff or no? Because no holds barred is, they're going to England, I think, in 2 months. So
yeah, I mean, so deathmatch stuff's interesting because I wouldn't say put myself out there. I've let people know that I'm available for them, but it's kind of never happened. There was a couple of times in Paradigm where I've said, if needs must, I'll do it. I think deathmatch wrestling as I enjoy deathmatch wrestling as well. Like I was big CZW guy in like 2003 when I was like discovering the US Indies for the first time. And
Yeah.
I'm not never say never, but it just never happens for me. So
I feel like it's everywhere still, though.
He really wants to take that weed whacker through the shirt.
Right.
Yes.
My wife beater. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanna do any Sick Nick Mondo spots that I can find. I'll do.
Did anybody ever watch the Sick Nick Mondo movie he put out? Because I did. What was it? Living the Still Life? You guys remember that movie?
No, I remember it, but I never saw
the
it.
documentary.
No, he has an actual movie
I
on
didn't
Amazon
watch
Prime.
the actual movie, but I watched his documentary that he also put out.
Yeah. But that movie was my first real exposure to him, and then I started going backwards. So I kind of worked in reverse, and that was a weird movie, just in general. But yeah, I always wonder about, because deathmatch wrestling seems to just never go away. It's just never.
Yes.
As long if the indies are struggling, deathmatch wrestling is not struggling. It's still not struggling.
Yeah.
So
I think that's got to be a thing with well, I guess deathmatch wrestling doesn't really get affected by major companies for the most part, right? Like obviously WWE have picked up like Joe Gacy and released him, Drake Younger, but like for the most part, deathmatch guys just kind of get to keep doing what they want to do and don't get affected by the big companies taking them away.
Yeah, and those paydays are probably great for as far as that goes.
Deathmatch Sid is not something I would ever think I'd see. I don't see Deathmatch Sid. I don't see it.
Never. Well, the whole reason for the longest time, the reason I used to have the long blonde hair, like, was my Ric Flair moment, was my Steve Corino moment. It was hey, if I ever blade, my hair is gonna look great. And now it's gone. Dream's gone.
Yeah. I think the long hair days of many of us have passed us by.
Yes.
Sid.
Unfortunately, Sid, I hate to tell you this, but for the next 3 shows in a row, I'm going to need you to blade.
Great.
You got to bleed so much that they expect it in the match with Zay, and then you don't.
But instead of on your head, you have to run the razor on your eyebrows, so we get to see real.
Yeah. No, on your finger, like Owen Hart.
Just rub it on yourself afterwards. That'll work.
I'll do my ear like Orange Cassidy and like old AEW, just always bleeding from the ear for some reason.
I don't understand how those guys continue. My problem with deathmatch wrestling is and it's not with the wrestling. It's the fact that like you're permanently disfiguring yourself forever. Like the keloids on the back of some of these guys are out of control.
Yeah.
It's like, that in 10 years, that's not going to be attractive, right? Like,
I'm going to get you a nailed piece of wood and we're going to suplex you on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that would be right up your alley, Sid. That's what, especially after 2 concussions, you should fall on a plank of wood with nails.
The deathmatch weapon of choice that I think I would like is, one of my buddies once had a foam board with, plastic forks sticking out of it. I was like, yeah, I could see myself landing on a bunch of those. So
you got to make sure they're not like the Just Salad forks. Those are pretty sturdy. You got to get like the cheap dollar store forks that kind of bend, at the barbecue, that kind of thing. So they don't. You don't want anything going in.
No, the ones that immediately shatter everywhere.
We gotta get the knife board like Bobby Beverly, so he can flay your back open like a fish.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. That was I stay away from that thing too. There's no reason for that. I would think.
That's fair.
Jesus. So, Sid, did you see the AEW match the other night from the golf place, the golf arena?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen clips from it. I haven't watched the show yet.
What does it feel like, you think, to take a sunset flip into a sand trap?
Sand pit. Yeah.
You think that sucks, or is that better?
I feel like sand is so dense. It's got to be so solid, right? Like, I mean, I know, like I've like taken bumps on concrete before, and I think I'd take the concrete over the sand.
Really?
I just felt the sand can't be good. Like, at least concrete's like there's air between the cement, right? Like, so it's in theory. I get, and the sand just feels horrible.
That whole thing looked crazy to me. Just and the fact that everybody was so far away from the ring was just an odd visual. I just
imagine that, and then imagine it getting in your crack, and then you still got to wrestle for like another 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
sand in your balls. Yeah, that's got to be awful.
Yeah,
Butters, go ahead.
No, keep going.
This is your IWGuide contracted wrestler here. You got to make sure that Sid gets a fair shot at the title, and
I don't have to do that. He's done just fine without me helping him. He's won every match this year that he's been in Neo Pro.
Yeah. So besides working Neo Pro and things, where else have you been so far in the last 2 months? Because I haven't seen I've seen your Neo Pro stuff, but I haven't seen a whole lot of other stuff.
Now you're asking a guy who has concussion history to remember his past few months.
So he's still doing stuff at Unsanctioned.
Yeah, Unsanctioned is like a big one. We were we're hooking up with Jeffrey John there, which is fun. We love Babushka. Now, by the time this airs, I think I'll have wrestled at Naptown. So there's kind of a few. There's a few coming up as well. The boys, are shipping me around to like New York State and Indiana. So it's
you're gonna do OCW here in a couple of weeks.
That's right.
Yeah,
Gosh, that's
after your tag match at Neo, the next day you will have a tag match at OCW.
Yes, yeah.
So you're coming over here, Sid, to New York?
Yeah, I think.
What, Buffalo?
No, it'll be like Rochester.
Oh, okay.
As much as I love Buffalo, yeah.
Same shit. When you live as far away from both those places as I do, and still New York, it makes no sense to me. So can't get to those as I would like to. Yes. So okay. So you're going to do New York. You're doing those shows. What's the goal then this year? So what do you want to do as far as what would you say would make it a comeback successful? Where do you want to?
I think from a sentimental point, the good thing is I'm enjoying wrestling again. Could be because I'm winning. That's probably a big part of it because it doesn't happen a lot for me.
It's in his contract that he has to win. I didn't see that when I signed it. I didn't see it. So now he's contractually has to win.
I'm playing Black Adam as well. I've got my own The Rock fleshlight as well with my face on it instead of The Rock's.
It's aggressive.
Yeah, it's all the marketing.
Right.
Gosh, so for me, my big thing in wrestling is I always want to leave it an impression on it, or leave it better than I found it. Right. So it's there's a lot of things that I wish I could have done. I haven't held a singles title at all since moving here. I feel like maybe I'd love to win some tag belts myself. There are some younger members of the team who do their own thing though, which sounds really bitchy and shitty of me to say it like that, and it's not. I love that they both get to be very successful, in spite of having a bald white guy alongside them, an old bald white guy who has a mustache. I think for me it's if I had to stop wrestling, if this was my last year in wrestling, which I'm not saying it is, that sounds ominous. I think of what I've done. I'd love to win a singles title. I'd love to do something meaningful. That's the real sentiment. Is just I'd like to do something impactful.
Do you want to do any more work in England? Would you like to go back there and kind of work that scene at all in the next year or so?
Yeah, there's so it's real crazy is how I've been in Cleveland for 5 years now, just over 5, which is crazy. And as much as I love England and the wrestling scene did so much there before I came over, there's not a huge amount of dream matches kind of left for me. And it's not because I don't have a dream, but I also just think if I was going to fly for 6 hours and wrestle, what would it be for? And, it's, there's part of me that's like, oh, I wish I was such a big deal here that I would get a hero's welcome every time I flew back to England. But now I just think if I flew back to England, what would the point be? I feel like I have more to offer here than I ever could in England.
You hear that, Will Ospreay? He's not coming back to England because he knows if he shows up that you'll pussy out and won't fight him.
That's true.
Right. So what can I ask you? I don't have enough of a sight into it. What is going on over there as far as the indie scene? Is it dead yet, or is it rebuilding? What is it?
No, I actually feel like the UK scene is probably the Europe scene is probably the better way to describe it now. It's really peaking because the UK scene was always whatever, but especially now, you see all these WWE tryouts where they have all the European guys, and it's really cool that there's a big Italian scene, a big French scene. Germany's always had WXW, but their scene is bigger. So it's the European scene as a whole has like really grown and like is thriving, which means it's going to get plucked of all its talent within the next couple of years and then made to rebuild again. But like I mean, especially in the UK, I mean like this is like the weird like not even a brag, but so there's like some people who I've wrestled in their very first matches who have like in the last few weeks made like incredibly successful, cool things. So like Lizzie Rain, who just debuted on NXT, wrestled her in her first match.
Nice.
Charles Crowley, who's a sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that kid Will Cruz, right? Cruz.
Yeah, I love Will Cruz. I don't know what his name is in NXT.
Mason Rook.
Rook. That's it, Mason Rook. Dude, love Will Cruz. He beat the fuck out of one of my best friends in a 3-on-1 handicap match one time. So great. Charles Crowley is a guy who I wrestled in his first match, who just won like the big UK tournament, the super strong style. So it's cool, like that there is a scene of people that like I've had like the pleasure of being a part of their career and seeing them thrive. So like and that is the UK scene over these last like 5 years since I've kind of been here, right? Because I couldn't impact it that much.
Well, let me ask you about that. So, Progress, what is it? WXW. What are the other major, like, is Progress still Progress? Like, remember when like Grado would come out and you'd get like what, 800 to like 1,200 people singing his song? Is it still Progress, or has it been decimated to where it's cool still? It's just not what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think it's like it's less of a clear number one now. Not because it's worse, but because there's more companies in the UK that offer more stuff. So there's like TNT is like they're like GCW aligned, so they're like more of a deathmatch adjacent promotions. They'll run deathmatch shows, they'll run regular shows, then they'll run GCW shows, they'll run brunch when Effie's in the UK, a big gay brunch. You have like London's thriving. Like Rev Pro is always going to be Rev Pro and bringing in New Japan kind of talent. On the kind of in Wales, you have a place New Wave. New Wave have like a Welsh promotion, an English promotion, and one in Toronto now as well. So it's like that's crazy to kind of blow up. And I think
what kind of crowds do those draw then? When you say like a company like Rev Pro and Progress and TNT, what are they drawing as far as an indie scene, so to speak?
I mean, Rev Pro they did when they ran Royal Quest. That was like 8,000, I think. Some of their shows they're getting like 1,200, 1,500. But then they run trainee shows in a smaller venue, and they get 150, 200. Progress, their venue is like I think a 900 capacity venue, and it's like if it doesn't always sell out, it sells well. And like a lot of these like. There's like Hustle Wrestling in London that like sells out they run like 5 shows a month, and they sell out every single show, like 150, 200 people. Like, there's I think the scene is thriving. I think people are figuring out what people want to see. There is a company, I wish I could remember the name of it, but they run, like the holiday camp, the kind of things that like Danielson, Hero, those guys would wrestle on when they came. They run like big holiday camps and draw like 2,000 people, and they have like basically a TV product that's on TV. So it's like we kind of don't really have anything like that here. And I think just because the country's so big, right? All the scenes are so different.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to like nail down to get a bunch of people in one place. We'd have
it's become more territorial, right? Like, have you felt it too? Like, have you felt like because of the economy and because of just the way things have played out, things are a lot more territorial than they used to be, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, I think about like West Coast Pro. I couldn't be further from where we are, right? Like, it's like what they offer is so different to like what AIW offers, and that's so different to what ETU offers, which is so different to what Power Pro Lucha offers to Action. Like, it's cool, and it's great to be a wrestler with that kind of variety, because it's like imagining where you could put your style or your thing and how you could adapt it to these different scenes. But then the flip side of that is, man, Tyrone, Georgia is like a long 11-hour drive, right? Like, Wrestling Open is like an 11-hour drive, so it's tough to be like there are these big thriving territories, but yeah, just because they're so spread out, it's harder to draw those big consistent crowds.
And they don't want to pay for flights anymore, and it's makes it more difficult to get your foot in the door at some of those places. I'm like, what do you think, like 2018, 2019, you can go to a whole bunch of different places, right? Like now it's so much more difficult to get established in a spot because they don't want to pay to get you let's say they do they do 2 shows a month and they wanted to establish you as a champ. Impossible if you live 11 hours by car, right?
Right. And it's like, and I think that speaks to like these thriving scenes is they're like, well, we don't need to do that because we have a good school that's nearby. So we can get these younger and hungrier guys who are willing to, we don't have to pay $150 in gas. Like we can pay them their $50 to wrestle. So yeah, it's like this real flip of the coin where it's like it's harder to be a traveling indie wrestler than it ever has been probably. But like if you can get your foot in the door in your local scene, like thriving there is like so rewarding because they're looking for people that don't have to pay $150 a gas for.
You need a scene though. If you're not in, let's say, the Ohio, northeast Ohio, or down by Cincinnati, and you live, let's say, in Missouri, there's not really a thriving indie scene in Missouri.
Right.
You better be willing to take those rides, right? Like otherwise you're kind of screwed, limited as far as your companies go, I think at this point.
That's like I think like guys like Anakin Murphy is a great example. He's like a guy who lived in like the middle of Illinois. Like there's kind of like nothing around, and he like traveled everywhere. Like he traveled out of state and did a bunch of stuff to get out there because the scene where he was just wasn't strong. And now he's much bigger guy in the indies, does these GCW, like wrestles every week. Like it's tough because you have to make that investment, but it's just so much harder to make an investment now when gas is so expensive and where people are less willing to give new people a shot because they have their own younger guys.
Yeah. Well, what did you watch when you were injured? How did you keep yourself, mentally kind of prepared?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to rediscover different things. So my big one for me was I was getting back into Terry Funk, and I was watching Terry Funk, and I was watching Tracy Smothers, and I was watching Terry Gordy. I was watching Eddie Guerrero, and I was like, I should probably watch some wrestlers that haven't passed away because I'm getting really depressed at how fucking good some of these guys are, and but yeah, like for me, it was like because when I wanted to come back, I think it'll be easy. There's the two sides. It's easy to come back and be the exact same, but it's also easy to come back and be like, well, I have 50 new ideas, so I'm going to try them all. And I'm both of those guys. So for me, I was like, I just want to watch guys who are just wild cards. And for me, it was Terry Funk's probably the greatest wrestler to ever live. Terry Gordy, like one of the greatest big men to ever live. Like Eddie Guerrero, one of the greatest. I was just like, these people who like are the experts at what they do. Like, what is it that they do what do I do that they do? And then I was like, well, what can I do more? So it's really good because there is no shortage of wrestling on YouTube. And also while I was injured, we had things like Peacock, and we had not ESPN, and we had access to a bunch of stuff. So, for me, it was just getting to watch these like older eras and just really thinking, what worked in 1995 that would work now? What worked in 1987 that would work now?
I was just going to ask you that. Because I wasn't a huge Terry Gordy fan. Like that was kind of out of my purview. We living in the East Coast, we weren't exposed enough to Terry Gordy. What did you think was his?
Is that why you keep calling Zay an egg sucking dog so much?
I just didn't. Yeah.
Well, number one, the reason I started watching Terry Gordy is there is a tag that I watched way back when I was just looking for tag matches to show the younger guys. I thought in my head, I think it's Gordy and Dr. Death. And Terry Gordy gets concussed really early on in the match and just is being a crazy person. So for me, I was like, wow, when I get concussed again, because I know it's going to happen, I want to react like this. But no, it's really cool to see a guy who's everything he does that's big and aggressive and dominant looks incredible. And then everything he does when he's on the back foot like as a performer, like how he moves and how he reacts is incredible. It's like there's this guy who's maybe 300 pounds, like he's like an offensive lineman, and he is still flying around the ring, begging off, taking bops. So he's like, you would look at a guy like that, and you think that's a spectacle. So how can I be a spectacle at 5'10", 220, bald?
I feel it. I'm curious because I'm always curious as to like certain guys. Bruiser Brody, I remember. I only remember, and I think everybody remembers the same videos, but Bruiser Brody was a guy I remember. It was a lot of punching and kicking. I wonder if maybe the fans are ready if you tell the right story again for that style, as opposed to having to do whatever to hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Like, right. You don't have to do a Spanish Fly or a Destroyer. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Do you think there's room for that still?
I will say that I think Mad Dog Connolly is one of the hottest guys in the indies right now, and he does exactly that. He's a bit more violent, but he's like that Puerto Rico Brody, like who didn't die. But he is that aggressive wild man. He is a big punch kick guy. Yes, he's a gut wrench suplex on the concrete guy too. But he's someone who I got to know very quick when I came here, because he was just starting to be Mad Dog Connolly when I first came here. And I see him evolve and I see what works. And he kind of made me realize that we need, and I mean this with all the love, we need more freaks in wrestling. Because especially when you think about I think for me, I was looking at him. I then wrestled Big Beef.
Yeah.
Max the Impaler. Also, at the time, I was like, we just need more of these spectacles. These aren't regular people. These are freaks. And I just think wrestling doesn't have enough of them. I think now is the proof that people want to see those kind of guys, because again, Mad Dog's one of the hottest talents on the indies. Beef is signed to AEW. I think Max is currently injured, but they live in Japan. They wrestle for Tokyo Joshi all the time. Yeah. They're incredibly successful. Because heaven knows there's a guy in trunks with abs on every corner in wrestling.
I'll tell you, Sid, I saw Mad Dog Connolly wrestle Tombstone Jesus at the Mecca in Ridgefield Park, and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. I will be honest. Tombstone Jesus had no business being anywhere near Mad Dog Connolly.
Yeah. Isn't Tombstone Jesus in his 60s, maybe in his 70s?
Yeah, he's in his early. He bled everywhere, and you could just tell Connolly. Connolly was trying to get him to go with him, and you could just see it in his face. He did not. Tombstone Jesus had his own agenda in that match that he won, and there were only 20 of us. I took my daughter. It was like Valentine's Day or something that we went. I was like, we were sitting there, and I'm like, you got to see this guy, to my kid, and she's like, that old dude. I'm like, that dude. I'm telling you, he's going to bleed all over the place. Yeah. And he did. I just knew it from this. But that was terrible. Terrible. Yeah. But I like Mad Dog Connolly. He wrestled Dom. Some of his matches with Dom are awesome. Yeah. I think there is, you're right. I think there is definitely a space for paying a ticket to see that guy's name, because he's so different than everyone else.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Even I think about the kind of guys the Tombstone Jesus, just the match made me go, oh, I would have loved to have seen Connolly wrestle Gypsy Joe. That was my kind of first thought when I saw that. But he wrestled Carl Malenko a couple of weeks ago. He's the kind of guy where you go, there's oh, you can put him against the guy that you know what to expect, or you can put him against the guy that you have no idea what to expect. Yeah. You see Mad Dog Connolly versus Zay Garcia, and you go, oh, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be two dudes just going for it. But if you put Mad Dog Connolly against Lee Moriarty, what's going to happen there? I
thought you were talking about putting Tombstone Jesus against so many other people, and I was just saying, we know how that's going to go. It's going to be fucking terrible.
Butters, Tombstone Jesus versus Zay Garcia for the IWGuide belt.
Yes, that would be amazing. Oh that would be. I don't think Zay would know what to do. Zay would be like, "Good Lord, what's happening here? What is this thing in front of me that just doesn't stop?" I'm telling you, Sid, that was the worst thing I've ever been a part of.
I think I know how to get around Sid's contractual winning. I think we put him against Tombstone Jesus.
I'll just hands up. Yeah,
Tombstone Jesus qualifier. So anybody want to go up against Zay, they have to go through Tombstone Jesus first.
Yeah, he's the measuring stick.
Yeah, he's the new He's the new gatekeeper of IWGuide. Tombstone Jesus.
Holy shit. I honestly, I needed someone else to say that to. I've said it to Butter so many times. I just want to make sure everybody understands what I had to sit through for and I like Mando Connolly a ton. And I felt so bad for him. He had the chain. I think at one point he tried to put it around his neck and he just didn't want to go with it. So Connolly had to walk around the ring following him as he kind of just like held on to the chain on the other side. It was just, it was a JCW show. So you knew that it wasn't going to be great, but good on him, I guess. So what's your opinions right now? Who are, as far as the indies go? And you know, I'm looking at as far as your opinion on not your guys. So like, who are you looking at right now or watching that you're like, this is going to be cool, or these guys like, because we do, you know, we're trying to see what's on, and now the trailer's going to be gone. What are we looking for? Who are we looking to find? Like, who should we be looking at?
Dude, obviously I love Connolly. I think he's great, and Anakin Murphy, like I said as well.
Yeah.
Dude, Shimbashi is one of the like craziest, and MJ as well. MJ Santana, like the two crazy good talents, like who territorial, I would have never seen wrestle until they moved to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Danny Orion as well, obviously because friends, quote unquote friends with Shimbashi. I don't know what the lore is on their relationship. They are friends, I believe. Again, someone I would never have seen before. I think he's great.
ETU loves them. ETU brought in Shimbashi wrestles a ton at ETU now, and MJ was just in the women's tournament that they did 2 weeks ago. So we get a chance to see her here as well, which is great.
Good. Both good. Obviously Jocelyn, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing her more and more is cool. God, who else? Really started getting back into Cole Radrick just came back.
Oh, did he?
Injury.
I didn't realize he just came back. Okay.
So there's like all these kind of like, because for me, for the most part, for me, it's the guys who I saw on the upward trajectory and met, and like seeing where they are now, the 18 months kind of passed is like cool. You know, Cole suddenly got injured and came and when Wayne came back.
Yeah.
I mean, Leela Hall as well. Another one. I watched Leela and MJ at Unsanctioned, and like maybe went 7 minutes, blew the entire building away. Super cool. Jackie Thad is making a huge fucking name for himself as well.
Where's that?
He's I think he's Louisville actually, but he's wherever he's traveling. He's one of those guys, you know, he's in Tennessee, he's in Georgia, he's in Bama, he's in West Virginia. So yeah, like there's all these kind of guys that I've met on this journey that I'm like seeing do big things, which is very cool.
That is cool. I got to ask you something on because I do that indie the NXT Night Shift show on Tuesdays, and we watch. You know, we saw Lizzie Rain a few times now. What exactly? What was her deal over in Europe before she came over here? Was she the same gimmick, or was it a lot of?
She's exactly this. She's exactly the same. Like fully. Like everything about her is the exact same.
They left it alone then. They left that it worked, so they left it alone.
Yeah, she so she did the SummerSlam tryouts last year. She was like the MVP standout. And basically got signed immediately after her first kind of showing there. But like they had her like cut the heavy metal promos. They had her, you know, they didn't want to mess with what she looked like or who she is. Right. She's exactly the same as when she left Europe. Like when I wrestled her, she was the heavy metal girl. Like her as a person was the heavy metal girl who like gave up dance to come train wrestle, and was like getting to be her authentic self. But then I think because she also had a long injury, she tore her ACL, I want to say, in like 2023. So she was out for a year as well, and then so she came back and just killed it. Like her last like month in Europe was just her losing about 15 different belts.
Oh,
because she had all the belts because she was so good.
Yeah.
But she's like, you know, doing the favor so she can go get signed.
Well, that's cool. I didn't realize how close you were to that situation. Also, like being around that.
Yeah, that's
cool. Butters, what else you got for Sid? We want to pick his brain a little bit, if whatever we can do here, because we haven't had him on in like 2.5 years. I think it's been.
That sounds right. Yeah, I think it's 2023.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
We can ask him the same questions, I hear, because his brain is kind of mush right now. So if we ask him exactly what we already did, we could fill it with another 45 minutes.
Let's go with who's the funniest wrestler you ever worked with?
Matt Brannigan.
The strongest wrestler you ever worked with?
Ooh, I'm trying to think about who's picked me up and thrown me around.
Yeah.
Sam is pretty freakishly strong. It's Holloway.
You remember when he ripped that watermelon in half?
He's who else? Yeah, I'll go with Big Sam.
Nice.
Who's the stiffest wrestler you ever worked?
So I will change this question slightly to be very specific. Which wrestlers have hit me the hardest is probably the better thing. I think the hardest strike I've ever taken was a chest kick from Speedball Mike Bailey. Sorry, let me just pick that name up. I just dropped. But
wait, does that stuff hurt when he does like the knees, the flipping, like the knees? When he,
So I didn't take flipping knees.
Okay.
I did just take a chest kick. And I think he knocked me back about 5 feet, but I wasn't prepared to fall back.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. See, a lot of people say Dom is probably taking the stiffest chops from anyone is probably Dom. But I don't know if it's because he likes me, but I don't think he's the stiffest chop I've taken. I think it's probably like Malcolm Cambridge.
Oh, stop it.
He's just got such a flat hand, like just a lot of surface area.
Dom kicked me in the thigh once, Sid, and it hurt for 3 days.
Yeah, the thigh kicks are painful.
Yeah, he put his shin right in my quad, and I couldn't walk like the next morning. And he's like, that was like 30%. I was like, come on, man. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who was the most technical?
Most technical I've wrestled in a match. It's me in these situations. I had a really interesting match with Jason Hotch from TNA that was very technical and it was very good when I first came here.
Where was that?
It was RPW, the company that lost the Bowen Eagles for everyone. Yeah. That's a thing, right?
What do you think will happen to Cruel moving forward? Do you think that there's a grudge for this for a while, or do you think that this can be kind of mended or no?
Yeah, I mean, I think the wrestlers are probably a little more forgiving than the fans are, right? So I think in that respect, people are probably just like upset because they've lost the venue. But I think fans are like, for better or worse, they're better at holding a grudge against wrestlers for certain things. I've met Cruel a few times, so I'm sure he'll be fine himself. But yeah, I don't know. I think worse people have come back to wrestling for worse reasons than Cruel. So
I was going to say wrestling fans hold a grudge, not wrestling fans.
Yeah,
they're the most forgiving people out of all of the fans.
Yeah.
What's the worst finishing move to take?
It's for sure any kind of power bomb. But the one that's got me the worst was I took a 450 from someone very early in my wrestling. And even though they were like 160 pounds, it felt like a lot more when they hit me.
And that person was Pac.
Right.
Yes, my good friend Neville, Adrian Neville.
Nobody watches Newcastle anyway.
It's true. I'm a Sunderland guy, so it's fine.
Oh, I'm a Spurs guy. I can't.
I'm so sorry.
It's been a terrible season, Sid.
Yeah, awful. It's crazy.
Today was terrible. It wasn't even a penalty, and they called it. Kills me.
All right, let's do a 1 minute interview rundown here. Hogan or Savage?
Oh, Savage.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Stunner or diamond cutter?
Stunner.
Favorite candy?
Cadbury chocolate.
Doors or tables?
Tables.
Favorite energy drink?
Monster every time. Monster White.
Oh, you're a White Monster guy. All right.
NWO Black and White or NWO Wolfpack?
See, I'm a Razor guy. So probably Wolfpack because Wolfpack is Razor.
Biggest fear?
Being irrelevant.
Oh.
Stone Cold or The Rock?
Always Stone Cold. I was trying to think of a bit I could say, but yeah, it's always Stone Cold.
What?
What?
Favorite animal?
Cat.
ECW or TNA?
TNA 2005 specifically.
There's no fucking way TNA 2005 was better than mid-90s ECW. I'm sorry. There's no way. There's just no way. I got to jump in. There's no way.
All right, we got TNA 2009.
Sid, 1996, I watched the dog shit match, Big Titan, who was the fake Razor Ramon, against some guy from Japan that they brought in. And the match was so bad that in the middle of the match, they brought Sandman out to cane Big Titan in the head and the other guy.
Nice.
There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would like to say Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle is better than that, but
Listen.
Favorite road snack?
See, we are a Sheets family, so my road snack is always like an MTO burger.
Edge or Jeff Hardy?
Edge. That was my guy when I was a kid. Like big Edge guy. Like when he was the Rob Zombie theme song with the icy belt. Big Edge guy.
Eddie Guerrero or Rey Mysterio?
Eddie Guerrero.
Favorite dipping sauce?
I like honey mustard, but I'm also a hot sauce guy. So yeah.
Taco Bell has a jalapeno honey mustard sauce right now.
Yes, you say that like I'm not currently eating a quesadilla while on call.
Well, you've been very well. I know you're eating something, but I couldn't tell what. So,
yeah.
And it doesn't sound like you've been eating. I could just see it. That's
good. That's what I've been going for.
Right.
Booker T or Stevie Ray?
Booker T.
Who picked Stevie Ray?
I don't know, man. He had the slapjack though, brother. Yes. I don't know. Somebody's got to go with him eventually.
As a tag team though, Butters, Harlem Heat rules. But as solo wrestlers, there might not be anybody better. Booker, there's no shot. Like Stevie Ray couldn't hold a candle.
Remember in WCW when Booker T lost the rights to the T in his name?
Crazy.
It's so good. WCW.
Favorite movie?
Ooh. It's probably the first Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Ever? That's your favorite movie ever? The first Into the Spider-Verse, an animated feature?
Yeah, I like the artistic integrity of it. I like the work that went into it. I'm a bit, maybe it's Happy Gilmore. Let's go with Happy Gilmore. There we go.
That's much better. Yeah.
Josh's favorite is The Passion of the Christ.
I do.
Because it makes him remember when he got to kill Christ up on the cross.
I do. I like a guy who can take a beating and keeps going. It's great.
Because he's into that deathmatch shit, and he's like he likes his Jesus to be into the deathmatch.
But by the way, was Jesus the original deathmatch wrestler? It seems like he was at this point. I think we can safely say he was
he took the nail board.
Yeah, the original deathmatch wrestler.
Yeah,
that might get us in trouble. Oh, only me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You're his chosen people, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. What else you got, Butters?
That was my rundown of like all my
good
1 minute interview and all my other weird stuff.
Wait, so I'll go back then and ask why is a hot dog a sandwich, Sid?
Because a bun is bread.
Yeah, but it doesn't go. It doesn't encase the hot dog. It just sits. It sits in the hot dog like a sandwich. You lid it, and there's no lid on a hot dog. That's just my opinion.
Well, if you have one slice of bread and you put your meats in it and you fold it over, is that a sandwich?
Mm-hmm. It's one slice. It's like an open faced. Yeah. It's not really. It's technically an open face sandwich, but
okay.
Yeah,
then a hot dog is probably technically an open face sandwich.
If Subway is considered a a sandwich,
Subway's not food.
Yeah, yes, it is. Shut up.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Subway
it's a sub. Just a sub in general is considered a considered a sandwich. It has the one slit. It has the meat and stuff in there, so I guess it would have to. It falls under the same thing.
It only has a slit because they're lazy. They're too lazy to cut the sandwich all the way through. Most sandwiches, you fold it over, bam, it breaks the that little line that you cut with your knife. But Subway, they're so lazy, they're taught to just hollow out a piece of bread. So listen, we can do this all night.
To Paul, all the shit that you just talked about Subway. You're gonna have to talk to our friend Paul Greer.
Bread, you leave there smelling like feet. I can't help it. He rips me plenty. He understands my stance on Subway. It smells like somebody took their socks off in there all the time. I can't help it.
Of all the weird delis that you go to in New York, you're going to talk shit about Subway.
Listen, you went to Aki and you loved it, so you don't have to tell me.
That's a whole different deli type situation.
Yeah. the Aki way, the Charlie Butters way. Anyway, Sid, what do we got going on for plugs before we wrap up tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Neo Pro Wrestling 23rd, OCW 24th. Again, I can't remember how timing works, but Nap Town is the 16th.
So it'd be like this Saturday. You're going to Nap, yeah.
Yeah.
Naptown's where, in Michigan?
No,
Naptown is Indiana.
Indianapolis.
Indiana.
Indianapolis. All right, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then I'm just trying to read what date that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th. The 5th of June. I'm at Old Wrestling in, I want to say, Middleton, Ohio. So yeah, pretty
Sidney
busy.
Duckworth is coming back.
He may or he may not be. You will have to attend Old Wrestling to find out. And I'm seeing, and then yeah, and if you ever want to get into it, if you're in the Cleveland area, you like comedy, Imposters Theater is my current thing.
You doing stand up with Steve Guy?
No, I mean, Steve Guy probably knows some of these people, but
yeah.
No, like my stand up Cleveland guy is Bill Squire. That's my guy. Yeah.
Who's the right now like the hottest comedian in Cleveland? Is it still Matt Rife?
It probably
People
is
like
technically,
thing, right?
Yeah. I think if you're a woman in your 20s, you probably love Matt Rife.
Dude, I'd say his crowd work, Sid, is better than I saw. The stand-up's terrible, but the crowd work is fantastic.
Well,
like, I mean, so entertaining. He controls that crowd when he does crowd work, but I wasn't really
him in over a year on my TikTok. I used to see him all the time. I don't see him at all ever since this like Netflix thing. I haven't seen him like once on TikTok now
because it wasn't good. That was the problem. Netflix. That's you got to let him just work the crowd.
I'm just saying, even his crowd work stuff, I don't see on TikTok anymore.
Yeah. I want to see some Sid stuff on TikTok. Sid, can you put up? Do you have sketches you can put up or not yet?
Yeah, I actually got footage of my Juggalo sketch today, so maybe I'll put some of that up in the next couple of days.
And Juggalos are known for their sense of humor, so it'll go over great.
Yeah, you have to send it to me. I'll put it up on our Patreon so our patrons can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Good. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that, Butters. You want to do your plugs?
Yeah, I don't have anything coming up until next week now since I'm not going to Nap. Will canceled on me, so I'm not driving the 5 hours by myself. So
yeah, that's fair.
Is Paradigm still doing shows?
No, man.
No,
they're gone for good. That's it.
They silently just pooped out.
We had the owner on.
Yeah, the spiritual successor to Paradigm is Midwest Territory Wrestling, which is run by like 75 or 80% of the Paradigm bookers. So,
what was his name?
That's
Gary?
good fun. Yeah, so yeah, Gary. And Gary stepped away from wrestling.
Yeah.
But then, like Cam, Chad, like everyone else, like Brandon, all those guys, like all now do Midwest Territory. Them and Cole Radrick.
Oh, nice. Okay. What about Time Bomb? Are they back? I could swear I saw them do something.
I think they're still doing stuff.
Yeah. They were hot, like super hot right after coming out of COVID when people started going back to shows.
Well, yeah, when you book Dom against Minoru Suzuki, that's what happens. And then when you don't book Dom anymore, and then a lot of those guys, then it's just they have their own people, and that's just what they are now. So
they were running shows like without a ring, right, during COVID, like in a basement. Wasn't Dom like wrestling people like on a mat in a basement?
Mm-hmm. That was like the one skate shop. Yeah, they had like a no ring show. Yeah,
that was nuts. Yeah. That's what Sid, when you say like indie wrestling's booming, like that example to have all those, you had Paradigm, you had Time Bomb, all those things in the middle of the country, and then like there it was booming, like you had, and they just kind of all quietly went away.
Josh goes back to remember when we would watch late at night on the internet, Dom in a basement just grappling with some guy, and he's all sweaty.
Right.
Oh.
Listen, honestly, I would have watched any wrestling. I just need to see people do things live. Like I didn't like. I just wanted to see interaction.
Pervert, dude. Well,
yeah, it can happen.
Things you say.
Listen, you could take them out of context all you like. Everything that comes out of my stupid mouth, you could probably take out of context. It's just the way it goes. I live with it. That's my wife. All right. Find me on Twitter and on Instagram at JGold12. Rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Twitter handle IWGuide1. YouTube.com/IWGuide. Check us out on YouTube. The page is growing. We're almost at 100. Patreon.com/IWGuide. Don't forget about the merch store over at Brainbuster Tees. Gorilla Press Apparel. Hey, Will, podcast friends, we are part of the Main Event Wrestling Network. Wrestling Junkies, On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, Tino's Time, Blog World Order, and then my show Tuesday nights live, the NXT Night Shift at 10:15. And in 2 weeks, we're going back the 24-hour wrestling marathon where we're going to be doing 24 hours of streams. All of the personalities on the network are going to be doing blocks. Butters, you and I are going to watch some Indie Wrestling Guide matches, right? And for an hour?
I'll probably throw on like the last two Video Wires, which Video Wire 10 just went up on our Patreon tonight. I'm a day behind, so it'll probably go up tomorrow on YouTube for everybody. Also, it's interesting to me that you backslash IWGuide, I forward slash. So
all right.
I don't know. Is there a difference between the forward slash or backslash?
I might have to check it out. I don't know. I'm not bright enough to do that.
But telling people the wrong thing, and that's why we have like this.
If you can't figure out how to get to a website like at this day and age, sounds like my mother-in-law where she tells me, "Do you ever Google.com this?" And I'm like, I can't listen. I won't do it as soon as you say it.
We have a link tree in like all our stuff. Find our link tree. And go from there. It has all our links to everything: our merch, our Patreon, our YouTube, all our
pictures
socials,
of Sid. We put it all up on the link tree. He allows all
Sid
that
with the footprint on his forehead. after his tag team match.
Our other friends at Odds with Wrestling, the card is going to change. The Super Fantastic Podcast and Marks with Mikes. Check out our other friends, Monsters in the Toy Box, Toy Heil, Rubber City Toys, Neo Pro Wrestling, OKCR Creations, Stash Pages, and Pally's Beef Jerky by our friend Kaplan, who's coming back on Friday night.
Yes.
We look forward to it. That's all I got.
Life short. Watch more indie wrestling.
See ya.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at the Indie Wrestling Guide. And on X or Twitter at IWGuide1.